Okay guys, we are back. You're watching the STPL. My name is Kix, and we are currently watching Red versus Clan Revolution. The first game started with Medinho taking down Best on Icarus. So we're going to be heading into game 2 here, which is going to be on Athena 2. And it is between Eriador himself and CRVT. So without further ado, let's introduce the players. So Eriador, Liquid Drone, been around the scene for the longest possible time. You can see the ReV shirt is a little bit buggy, so I need to change the color on that so it doesn't match my chroma key. But obviously Eriador did a pretty good job last round, went 1 for 1. Didn't appear too much, but Red's roster is so damn strong and so deep as well that it's often many players just don't play that many games. Drone obviously just a hero in the Brood War scene, been around since the beginning. I mean, I think he was playing in Vanilla as well, so he's 1 for 1 this round. Now his opponent is going to be CRVT, yet another new pickup here for ReV. Now CRVT actually won his first game, much like Medinho did, so are we going to see a little bit of a repeat here as we head into game 2? Now CRVT, I don't really know too much about him, obviously. I'm sort of learning a lot about the newer players that they've added in round 3 as we sort of go through the games. But they're going to be going into a ZVP here on Athena 2. Now Athena 2 has been a little bit Zerg favoured so far. Historically that was kind of true as well for ZVP, but let's see if CRVT can buck the trend. 3-player map, 10, 2, and 6 o'clock spawns. Pretty easy to defend third gas for Protoss, but obviously they do have 2 locations to defend. They've got kind of the choke. Obviously I can't draw on the screen, unfortunately. If I can figure out how to do that, I will, because that'd be really useful actually. But still, lots of fun to be had here. As we move into game number 2, it's Red's Eriador versus ReV's CRVT. I really dislike his name because it's so easy to say CRT TV. But let's, without further ado, get into the game. Now starting here in the 2 o'clock position, we do have, fighting for Red, the brown Zerg. It is a Liquid Drone. And his opponent down here in the 6 o'clock position is in the white as our Protoss player. It's fighting for ReV. It's CRVT. Or Crvt, but it's really hard to say that, and it's going to be hard on my voice, so CRVT is a little bit easier for me. So we're going to go with that for now. Hopefully I don't insult the guy. Obviously you have a weird username like Kix, so I mean, what else can I say? I want to talk. Like, the amount of people that call me Quicks and everything, I just don't even know anymore. But Gateway first coming in for CRVT. A little bit more of the modern option here. Wasn't really a massive build back in the day when Athena 2 was still being played competitively in the pro scene. Hopefully Athena 2 will come back, but obviously there is kind of like Athena 3 in the form of Sylphid in ASL 5 or ASL 6. Wait, are we on ASL 6 now? I think we are. But obviously the semi-finals for that going to be on tomorrow, so do check that out in the morning. We're going to have a drone scout heading out. Going to see that there is a gateway first. Now, drone did go for an overpull into a 12 hatch. So, sorry, a 10, 11 hatch even. So, definitely was an overpull. But this is a little bit of an earlier hatch. Like, one of the things I do need to sit down and do is learn basically all the timing. So, this is actually going to be a 2 gateway play here by CRVT. Now, the fact that drone has gone for overpull is going to be a big benefit for him. Because if he didn't have Yeah, if he didn't have his pool up, he would most certainly be pretty much dead at this point, because there's not really too much you can do when going for 12 hatch. Now, 12 hatch not been as common in PvP once people realize you could just build a cannon at your opponent's natural and kill them. So, obviously Gateway first, very strong against 12 hatch as well, but here we go, looks at the probe, moving around, trying to do some cool micro here, waiting for the Zerglings to come in. Now he does need to try and get a sunken colony down, but there's going to be 2 additional probes brought in here to help out this zealot. Pull in the boys to give him a little bit more power, but another 2 zealots on the way. 2 zealots will be coming out fairly shortly as well, and he is going to be trying to take down this creep colony as soon as humanly possible, but Drone looks like he's going to be playing whack-a-mole here. Now, how many moles can CRVT take down before these sunken colonies finish? It looks like the first one is gonna finish up. He needs to make sure he gets that down to 100 health. Oh, that's gonna have 42. There we go. 3 zealots in the middle line. Zerglings getting a nice amount of surface area. Obviously, the sunken colony gonna be doing a lot here, and Drone with a very successful defense so far. Back in his main, he's probably not really teching up too much at the moment. Just going to be relying entirely on Zerglings, drones, and sunken colonies to try and hold on. But the rush still isn't technically over from CRVT. He's not got any gas. He doesn't have a Nexus. He is going to be waiting for more zealots and going back in for round 2. Now, is Eriador going to be prepared for this? It looks like Eriador is going to try and push through a nice wall here by CRVT with the zealots in the middle. Going to allow him to defend this for now. But Eriador obviously still quite low on tech, is relying a lot on these Zerglings. Now zealots do overpower Zerglings in low numbers, but the thing is you do have to get good engagement. And it looks like that's what CRVT is going to be going for this time. His engagement in the middle line wasn't perfect, but he's getting a better amount of surface area. And as I say that, Eriador kills his front 3 zealots. With an extra hatchery coming back here, I mean, Eriador should be fairly safe now. It's going to be very, very difficult for CRVT to move in, and that's why we see that Nexus coming in. We see a Forge coming up in the main base as well. He's going to have to head in to try and get some cannons just to help defend against any possible speedlings that could be coming his way. But it looks like Eriador just now getting his gas, so speed is a way off. But it looks like the Zerglings still trying to overpower their way through. And it looks like a good micro by CRVT is going to hold for now, but does need to get a probe up here if he can. Looks like he's going to try and get a cannon behind this just to make sure he doesn't die in a really, really stupid way. This 3rd hatchery going to give him a lot of production. 4th hatchery as well coming in from Eriador. And it's likely we're going to see a Hydralisk then as soon as he gets the gas for it. As I believe that... Oh, wow, actually, we could be going into some kind of muta play behind this. He does have an incredible advantage. He knows the tech is going to be incredibly late. Are we going to see a lair coming in on 100 gas? Is it? I think it's 100 and... Yeah, they're 100 gas. So, a lair coming in. So, it's not going to be Hydralisk. He is going to rely on Spire tech here. Now, this is the perfect play. He knows how far behind CRVT is. He spent a lot of minerals on Zealots that haven't really paid off. CRVT with a nice probe split actually to go over there. Now another probe scout is going to go out. Gonna see if exactly he can see anything that tips him off. We do have an evolution chamber coming up here to kind of help wall off. There's obviously not really too much defense back here. The sunken colony will stop the probe from getting in. But it looks like he is going to try and get in anyway. No, will get stopped. Zergling just checking for any possible 3rd base or anything crazy like that. Just wants to make sure he doesn't lose to anything kind of crazy. We've seen some hidden bases in the STPL so far. And sometimes the games aren't very pretty in that case. But it looks like Eriador going to be pretty safe back at home. Lair should be finishing up. There is going to be a Hydralisk then. He's getting a Hydra speed. So is he just going... I guess he's just going to go 4 hatch off of 2 base. But this second gas makes me think that there's going to be a Spire. And there we go, in the natural. Spire coming down now. Obviously Hydra speed going to be important to help defend against any possible pushes that could be coming in from CRVT. He's obviously relying on very few units though, been trying to power as much as humanly possible. Stargate coming in, Citadel of Adun as well. Now this Corsair is going to be the most important key in this game for CRVT. He's behind at least economically. Drone, you know what, it's kind of evened out economically, I'd say. Drone has been trying to like power out a lot of hatcheries, a lot of production to get into the spire quickly. His drone saturation is good at both bases. I mean, this is oversaturated actually, so when he gets his third base, his economy is going to start to really boom. But it looks like we are going to have another pylon coming in behind. He does need to try and get some cannons in. Now the worrying thing is he's actually walled himself off from back here, so there's going to be no cannons behind there. There's going to be no cannon in the main for now, but Templar Archives is on the way. But it looks like the Hydros are going to be just to try and snipe down this Corsair. The first Corsair did fly in, get to see what he needed to see. Now is CRBT going to fly back in? Looks like he is. He's got two Corsairs now. They're going to go in, going to see that there is a Spire. And he needs to be careful. He's actually flying over the top of eggs right now. Evolution Chamber is done. Fifth Hatchery is about to be done as well. And Hydralisk Speed, well, Hydralisk Range even, about to finish. So Eriador just kind of powering up back at home, not playing too crazily. And there is like this weird fucking moth thing in my room. Looking for lamps, but it's fine. Luckily enough, it wasn't on camera because I just like randomly swatted my hand around like a crazy man. But Lurker Aspect on the way. Cannons coming up in the mineral line. He knows that Mutalists are a possibility here. And now it looks like we are going to have the Scourge coming out first. Just going to kind of surround the base of CRBT. Going to try and catch the Corsairs as they move out. Still no Mutalists in production just yet. So it is just going to be fairly standard play here by Drone. Creep Colony coming up here as well. Should see either another Evo Chamber or another Creep Colony, just for a Spore Colony at some point. But I mean, Drone just kind of powering up. CRBT kind of powering up as well. Not really too much to report from either side. We've obviously got an additional 3 gateways, 4 gateways coming in for CRBT, allowing him to get into the mid-game with a little bit of a stronger army. And we're kind of just hitting the stride of the game. Now Drone obviously has a lot of options to come in from here. He's going to go into a second Evo Chamber. Drone, very big advocate for getting a lot of upgrades in ZVP. He does it in PvZ as well. He's the sort of person that would go triple forge. Double forge most of the time though, depending on obviously the map and how easy it is to get that third gas. But Drone likes playing in the late game. Obviously this is why we don't see him going for any kind of crazy Hydralisk bust or anything like that. In all the games I've casted from Drone, a lot of them have gone to the insane late game. A great bit of Scourge micro there, taking down a lot of the Corsairs, even nearly getting 3 of them. So that's going to put CRBT back a little bit. And you can already see more Scourge on the way just to try and punish this. Now, the incremental nature of Corsairs means that you want to build them up 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 and get such a force that it makes it impossible for Zerg to switch in to Mutas, and it looks like he's not managed to do that. Now, saving his Corsair there against the Scourge, going to be a pretty big deal, but looks like we're going to be relying a lot on these High Templar now as he moves out across the map to try and do a little bit of damage. Zealot speed, not yet finished. But he obviously doesn't want to keep his Zealots too far away. Now the Corsair is going to be flying over the Hydralisk, so that's not a good pairing. He wants to fly those away, but does lose them. But this is going to tip off CRBT as to where they are. How is the Storms? That's a nice... it's kind of a nice first Storm, but not really going to get too much damage done to the Hydralisk. Needs to Storm on that double Storming. Not the kind of moves he wants to make, but it looks like he wants to try and get in and do some damage. The Lurker does finish burrowing, so this push is going to get pushed back once again. And without any energy for his High Templar. This is going to be it. Drone with an insanely big army right now. Going to clean up this, and GG! Eriador takes down CRBT in a very convincing fashion to tie up the series 1-1. Now, that was really well played by Drone. CRBT unfortunately getting caught off guard a few too many times by Drone there. The mineral, or the sort of Zergling micro early game in the mineral line really gave Eriador what he needed to push forward in that game and sort of take it in the mid game. He didn't even need to really attack. CRBT kind of just He didn't throw the game as such, but he had to do damage because he was so far behind, and he just couldn't find it. Drone with great hydro splits against the Storms, and great macro coming in from him allows him to take the game. And that's going to take us to game number 3 when we get back after this break.